Hello everyone, Mrs. Gigi here. They tend to say better late than never. So yes, here I am today with something, a white piece of paper, and yes, we are going to use some paint and try out a thing or two, and let's figure this one out. We need a brush, and we need a lot of, let's see, these, and let's think about it. What sorts of paint do we need? I would like to do some sort of, let's see, take these small little thingies, maybe pink, purple, greenish, blue. What about yellow? Hello, Danny. Welcome. Maybe turquoisey blue would be nicer to use. This one. And let's just try it out though. And of course I need something to pour the paint in. Do I have that? You all know that I have it, but where do I have it? That's another type question. And somewhere here, or we will just managing it in another way. Let's try this one. Let's think, these are totally new, so I'll have to just peel off the little seal on each and every one of them. Always nice to be able to open up new paint things. Hello, Barry. Welcome. Let's see. So, some of you might wonder, me and Becca, Create with Becca, usually have streams on Tuesdays, but she is off to a vacation, which has led to me just streaming once a week. But yeah, I would say probably she will be back next week. I haven't heard anything else, so that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. And these, so I am actually just going to do a thing or two here, and then we will start it all up. So I've been busy today doing all kinds of things, so that's why I am a little late. I wouldn't really say that I'm too prepared, but I know exactly what I want to do, so let's just try it out. And I would actually just pour, let's see if we could just, yep, making it hopefully just a tiny bit more clean before messing it all up again with other paints. At least trying to get it a little bit cleaner. I get more inspired when it is a little bit messy though. And we do not need much of the paint. Oh no, I didn't take the seal off of this one. We don't need much of the paint today, just the colors, the random colors is what I'm after. Let's just take tiny bits. The yellow will go here, and let's think about it again. Do I want to have, no, I will go with this one. So it's just a matter of creating different shapes first. In this case, totally random. And I do want to try this one out and see if I can make them in larger scale at one point. Well, let's see. And then did I pour? No, I didn't pour out this pink. Let's see, put it up here. Let's use the blue one. And take a little tiny bit more, and more like a rectangular type shape. A little bit longer. And then we had the pink. Let's see, I don't want to have it purple because I had the blue thing there on the brush. So let's just have this one. And a little bit more. So I hope that each and every one of you had a wonderful day or a wonderful start to your day, depending on where in the world you are. My day is kind of ending in a way. It's almost 8 p.m. where I am. So this is somewhat of the last thing I do for the day. And to me that is really, really relaxing. Let's see, did we, yeah, we are going to use, are we going to, for the darker green though, where did I put that one? Or have I have it over here. Let's see if we can use the darker green. Hello John, welcome, welcome. And making that somewhat like this. I will cut these out and use them in a little bit, but just want to make them dry before that. And just a little, let's see, just going like that, a little bit more. And then what other color do we need in this case, I'm actually thinking might do purple, or yeah. Let's have a little more water to the brush, and yeah, use this first, but we need more. We definitely need more. And then let's see. Let's start with that. I kind of, you know, combination with my nails. That's kind of nice. And then we need a black pen. A black pen we have here. So let's start with this one over here. That is almost dry. You know, with these kinds of things, of course, I don't have time to wait too much, because doing it live is a thing too. Let's just peel a little bit off there. So we'll just draw a line all the way around. Twisting and turning the paper just because I know it is not really dry yet, this thing, so it's easier for me to draw in that case. Going there, and this one. Just around the whole thing. Actually going all the way around, and then we are going to cut them out and use them. Let's see. Your weather needs a Prozac. From summer weather to winter weather, and oh no. For me, it was actually the first time this season that I heard the birds today, like really loud, and it was nice. For me, that is like, you know, springtime is finally here, and unfortunately it is cold still, but we have no snow, and it's actually like I wouldn't say the summer is around the corner, but you can kind of feel that at least the sunshine is there, and that makes the whole difference of a thing, really. Let's see if we can just fill a little gap with the blue here, because I didn't really like the whites to show that much. And then this one could go with several more, but we will see. Cutting these ones out. And yeah, we could definitely, we need to kind of figure this one out, because I'm going to use the remaining pieces of paper. So I'm just going to cut, leaving a white line all the way around. You had really nice weather too. It is what it is this time of year. Either you have like beautiful springtime weather coming, or if you're on the other side of the world, you might have winter coming, like in Australia. It is winter time, and winter and not of might not be in the sense of comparable to my winter time or anybody else's. Usually like winter time snow, but that's what it is. So let's, with this, hopefully I'm thinking right at the moment, and I am going to attach these in a way that you will soon see. You could go with several of these, of course, and yes, I might add depending on how it feels. Flower seeds planting, and now the winter is approaching a little bit again. That doesn't really sound too right, Barry, though. I actually talked to a colleague of mine. It's freezing during the night here still, so, but she's all into flowers and prepping for springtime, and she just said to herself that she needs to wait because it's not a good idea to start it quite yet, at least not here where I am. So we will use part of the remaining paper, and definitely orange. And this one. And with these you could do shapes if you like, but it's meant to be like in a way totally random. In this case they might not be totally random, but somewhat random. And we do need, let's think, we could have the orange piece over there, and where do we have that one? Or is it like I don't have anything left there? And who is coming? Is that Teddy, or who is it? Somebody in at the door. Have the orange here. Let's just put it there. Somebody at the door. Not really approaching, saying anything, so I don't know what it was. Let's see. Just going down like this. Maybe a thinner one, this one. So now I hear somebody coming. Hello. It's one of my daughters showing me a thing here. And yeah. She actually found my portable CD player, and they are all amazed that something like that existed back in, I don't even know, like 30 years or something. Which makes me feel old. But yeah, I remember that. going through all the things now, you know. And that is what they find. All kinds of random things, really. So we have the orange, a little bit thinner there. And do we feel like we need to maybe wait a little bit? But I would go anyways. And then the fun part of this begins, because we are going to glue these bits down to another piece of paper and create small kind of bridges or like areas. So I will just show you in a little bit. At one point I was actually thinking about creating something like this at work. For, you know, I work with younger kids now, and creating something like this for like a hide and seek situation with the kids would be kind of fun. So we will put that one there, and let's see if we can curl this one a little bit, because we do need to do that. Put a piece of glue, and let's think. Or is this the part where we do not think too much at all, really? Just putting it down. The beauty of this is literally something that will grow. So we will start with these. And just holding them down. And I know when thinking about these, it would just be really fun to have one of these like in a park or something. A random colored like whatever blocks, like it would be really nice. Like this. Let's see. Need to hold them down. And the beauty of doing something like this is, you know, it's just like a little hide and seek type thing, because they are literally like underneath. I've created one before where you can see a thing underneath here, and even like have a little sign with some text or something, and then have something written there. Let's see if I want this one, yeah, underneath here. So this one will go like this. I do apparently need to hold this one down a little bit more. The beauty of it though, it's not meant to be anything but just, you know, imagining this being in larger scale, crawling up and down or underneath all of these. And then what about this one though? Could put one over here. Let's think, do we want to have the yellow one over here? I did do like a black and white type of these. Yeah, it was a long time ago actually. But having it in color is way more fun. Could go, let's see, like that maybe, or up above. Right, I just want to put this one down here. And just adding in. So this is an easy project to do. And wouldn't it be fun to have this kind of thing in a park? And let's see if we can put that one there. Just like that. And because it is like this, you know, 3D and everything, you know, that is really fun. Let's just wait a tiny bit to hold this one down. And see what we can get. There are, with this, of course, as you can see, shadows, which makes it a little bit more fun. But it is 3D like this. So I would say make a large one over here. And maybe, yeah, let's think. Do we need, what color? Like darker blue? Darker blue might be a thing. Or just, let's take this piece, this whole piece, and see what we can do. And of course, peel off the goober there of paint, and this. And then try to get the brush kind of out of all the colors. And then, yeah, I would say this is ultramarine, not really primary blue, but kind of close. So when thinking about something like that, to me it is like a really like fun playground area or something. It actually started like, I don't even know, 3 years ago or something, when me and my colleague started to talk about it at work. And I wasn't really working with younger kids at the time, but it is fun to think about like how colors brighten up the outdoor areas at work. And of course, with me being in the northern part of the world, means that the seasons, all the 4 seasons are there. So, yeah. Let's see what we can do with this. You have also thought about it as bridges. Bridges to something. And like a thing that you could walk on. That would be kind of cool. Would definitely been a thing if you could like create it in real life. So we'll see. There might be something like it. I've actually talked to a couple of people that work with, yeah, being able to create a thing like this. You know, I've been all into how in the world are we going to make this curvature of a thing? What are we going to use? And you also want it to last. So that is definitely a thing. But we will see. At first, of course, the thing that popped into my mind was something, you know, like concrete or whatever. But I'm not too sure about that. But that would definitely be, in a way, easy. But then thinking about all the curvatures of, I don't know, be like this. So let's see where to put this one. Should we just go all the way above this? Or here maybe? Just over, let's see, continue the thing over here. Yeah, no. It would be kind of nice to just have it like that, I would say. And who am I? Waiting? No, not when I'm doing things like this. Let's see. Somewhat of a thing there. Looking around, what else can we use? In terms of color, brighter green, of course, would be a thing. And let's think about it. Might be the easiest way of going because I don't have too much of these type papers left. So let's just go really pale green. Just trying to yet again weten the brush here. Let's see which piece of paper. I was actually at the a store today where I could have bought a lot more paper, but I totally forgot. There was so much other things that needed to be bought, so nothing like that for me. There will be another time. So this one would be really thin. Just, what if I just go like this? A little tiny bit more. We do need some space for the black around it, but could go like a curve like this. And I don't know if I will, but you could like hide messages or even letters or whatever you like in this one, which I've done in the past with similar kind of creations. But for this one, I will leave it. Going the other way around because it's definitely not dry yet. So like I've told you, my day have been one, of course, work, and two, been to the store. Just came home actually right before the stream. And yeah, I think I'm not sure if I've shown you. I think there are shorts up since before about the, we have like a couple of, like half an hour, like 35 minutes from where I live. We have a huge store, and there is actually people coming from all over northern part of Europe to this store, buying all kinds of things because it's so cheap. It is actually just, like even companies coming. Where do we want to play this one? Just like that. In that case, I feel like we need something more over here. Let's see. I do like that it's like this though. Yeah. So, yeah, different things. This one. And yeah, let's see if we just hold it like this. This, I wouldn't say this is a thing that I will will in any way, shape or form save. This is just for fun now, but it is kind of fun to see all the, like, the curvatures and all the things going on. And let's do one last one all the way, like totally straight. And what color do we want that one in? Might go red. Do we want that? Do we want total red? That might be it. That might be it. Let's put a little piece of red here. The beauty when using these type paint, it is a small, like a tiny bit of container. Let's see, 30 milliliters, and they last. I don't know what it is with this specific one. They last for so long. It is crazy actually when thinking. So we would just go with one red one almost all the way down here. The beauty with these paints also is that they are really bright in color, which makes it a little bit more fun. For those that don't know, usually during winter time and during I would say fall and winter time, I almost dress myself in no colors whatsoever. Beige, like black and brownish type colors. But when the summertime and springtime comes, could I say that I'm waking up kind of thing? Because yeah, that's when all the colors come into my world. And I have so much color. And mostly, you know, like really bright colors like these. And of course, you know, like any other season, there are certain dresses and things that I like more than others. Let's twist the whole thing around. But color is a thing that is very important. I don't know if you noticed the brightness of my nails today, but I just felt when I did them like I need color. This is the time of the season where it needs to just be more color in my world. So this is what I came up with in terms of that. And of course, with springtime and summertime coming up, it is easier in a way with clothes. It like I think, you know, here especially you have like the whole winter gear type. Crazy, really, gloves, hat, scarf, like a whole winter suit, and it feels really nice to just not wear any of those anymore. And I have actually heard that it might be that Swedes are you know, one of the I wouldn't say the world, but one of the most appreciative people on earth with springtime especially coming up, because usually here it's very dark and gray, and when springtime, you know, is coming, it is like a whole new world is opening up. And you know, I have been thinking, like, is there a difference throughout the years? And I would say no to that. It is not. It's just beautiful when you have all the birds and summer approaching, being able to be outside, which I like a lot, being out in nature. Yeah. So as you can see, you can kind of continue building this however you like, which is a fun thing. You could even, when thinking about it, you could even go with scrap bits like this. For those of you that are really into junk journaling or art with, you know, total random junky stuff, you know, I could go like with coloring these in, or even just outlining them in black and creating something with them, which would be kind of fun actually, but I'm not going for that in this one, because this specific one needs color, and color is what I need at the moment, so that is why I'm kind of left with this. And of course, you know, this is on a regular piece of European A4 size piece of paper, nothing fancy whatsoever. I did use watercolor paper to be able to like do the curvatures a little bit better, but you could use whatever paper you like, or you could even have like magazine paper pieces, like most magazines have like a lot of pieces where you can cut up and do all kinds of fun things with them. Like last week we created a crazy type glue collage thing without even thinking too much about it. let's see, I feel like I want to put something there, so let's see, can we use this somehow? Color this one in what color though? What color are we going for? Turquoisey. Are we going with, or really bright blue? Bright blue it is. And please remind me, I do need to do something about this. I definitely, it's a thing. I don't know, people, it's a thing. So this, let's put that one to the side a little bit and try to paint this one. And of course this is painting it another way around, and this, let's see if we can manage it. Doing some sort of something similar, and this is not the same type colors or paint, as you can see, and a little bit more watery because of the brush, but we will see how that will do in the end. And you would probably not even see it. Let's just put a little, like the pigment in this color is not as good as in the other, but we will do several layers instead, and that will do. Like I tend to say at work, you know, there are different colors, even though the colors tend to look the same, but using them totally different in some of them. Putting in a little tiny bit more. And of course letting it dry. Yeah, it looks bright. It's supposed to look bright and fun. As the first time I created a thing like this, imagine it to be in a playground area. That is what I felt. So the black, and the pen that I'm using in this case is a Posca. It's the, I would say, the standard size 0.9 to 1.3 millimeter Posca black pen, total standard. This is one of those pens that could, you know, like, you can paint with these on all different kinds of materials, which is really nice. Expensive pens, unfortunately, but you know, sometimes you tend to buy all of those expensive things, and sometimes you have the cheap ones. But this is one of the things that I really feel like it's really worth it. So we need to shake this one a little bit to have more of the black coming out. going through these, yeah, this one, yeah, that's definitely a thing throughout the year. I would say several of these are used in the household. Not only the thing that I use it, like we have several of them. Oh, like that. It's dry enough so it doesn't really bother me. Let's see, do I want to have it like just like that on top? Would that be fun? Maybe. Or underneath. Sometimes when doing these type creations, I tend to look in the camera because it gives me another angle. Let's see, putting it underneath. No, putting it, yeah, putting it on top like that. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. And with this, let's see. I would say, let's see if this one holds. Yeah, could definitely be all different kinds of things. I would even go as far as creating like black strokes. Like let's see. Let's just see if we can do that. Like this. You know, I don't know. It might just lead to nothing, but yeah. Adding in. It is almost like a doodling type of thing here, adding more and more, and you know, like somehow it kind of puts the whole thing together. I might go like this, why not? Like a little trail. And further down here, maybe all the way around to the green part over here. We will leave that upper part a little bit. I would go, let's see, we do need to flip it around a tiny bit and see. What on earth? What on earth, Mrs. G, are you thinking at the moment? Going like that off the page. Holding it down there a little bit. Off the page over here. Off the page over here. And I somehow, let's see if we can manage to do it. I need to flip it there. Doing the same thing. So depending on how you see these things, you know, it is totally random. But is it really? Is it really totally random? Let's see, I do need to hold that one down. I feel it. There is some sort of planning in the whole mystery thing, is it? Yeah, some sort of something is happening. You could maybe follow the trail all the way around if you like. or just randomly go in and around and under and up, and like however you like with this. And even do a thing, because I've thought about that too, me being a teacher and creating all kinds of things with younger kids. It would be fun to create something like this on several pieces of paper and then put the whole thing together. Um, just totally random. That could definitely be a thing too. And yeah, so many things going on at the moment, but this might be it for today. Oh no, that one doesn't really want to be there, does it? You are acting up. Let's hold it. I will. Is it that I have to hold it like this for hours and hours to be able to? Oh, yeah. Let's just hold it like this. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of fun thinking about it in all different kinds of ways. And yeah, like I've told you, with thinking playground area, this would be really fun. I would be the one, circling around all of these like kind of things up above, underneath. Yeah, that would be definitely fun. Or you can see it like bridges, if you like. Yeah, I don't know if I have inspired you, or just brightened up your day of some sort. And my day or my evening is continuing here. I actually have my daughter here for a visit. My oldest daughter, and that is not all day every day. Hello Heavenly, welcome, welcome. Just as I finish this one off, I think you have seen something similar to this before. This is my version as of today with the bright spring summery colors. Yeah, kind of representing springtime coming. That's what I'm thinking about at the moment. So with this, looking at it in all different kinds of angles like this, it is fun. And a little bit hard to show, of course, but I don't know. It is what it is. Even the shadows makes like a thing in this one too. So thank you everyone that has been watching today. And yes, I need to spend a little bit more time with my daughter since she is here, and she's not living at home at the moment. She is living in the Netherlands, and it is so rare that I have her here, so I just need to be with her. Yeah, I will be back next week though. I don't know about this weekend, but I will for sure be back more regularly and doing something fun next week, next Wednesday, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Swedish time, in yeah, Central Europe time, I would say. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you to all the replayers that will watch this one. And have a wonderful day and evening, everyone. Bye, bye, bye.